So I came to Karachi and I just stopped here and I was interviewing these guys and I just saw this guy fucking looking for a hitchhike. He was hitchhiking for a lift. Guess who it is?
Blackman da Traveller. Right now we're in Karachi, in Sindh in Pakistan. And can you give me a lift?
Should we give him a lift or should we not? We're off to Hyderabad to go and discover the Shahidi community, inshallah, and film that for the best of our ability. Look at this. Never quiet moments in Pakistan. If you're ever shy, you don't want to do this.
And they're just surprised.
Just surprised. I know, there we go. Right, shall we go?
Chalo.
Chalo, yeah. We've got a car booked. We're off to Shahidi community. Hyderabad, it's about 2.5 hours drive. Luckily we've got this car air conditioned. I know it's a bit of luxury, but fuck it, let's do it. So we're just going to dive into the real stories behind when the camera's on, but when the police are corrupt. And if you can film that, the real stories really come out, because Pakistan isn't all about fucking fancy vlogs and all the niceties and 5-star fucking hotels and all that bollocks. It's actually, I was speaking to Amir Blackman da Traveller, and his experience going to Liari last night, actually, this is not an isolated occasion, by the way. These minorities are absolutely hounded by authority. And I'm just going to have this conversation with Amir and get his narrative of what actually happened last night. And by the way, he probably saved these two young lads' lives last night, but still filming what was going on. And because of his British passport, the fucking police let him off. So this is his story.
So basically last night, the two guys were dropping me off from Liari. They were dropping me off to Liari last night, back to my accommodation. So when they were dropping me off back to my accommodation, the police were stopping random cars, and then they just literally told us to stop. I understand, it was normal procedure. When they stopped us, they started picking on the two other guys, and then after they saw me, then they started picking on me, and they were like, what are you doing here, blah 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 blah. But they were asking for money, because I didn't really understand. But I was asking the guy, like, what are they asking for? They were asking for money. And then I just had my camera on, and the police was like, where are you from? I'm like, UK. He didn't believe me. He's like, give me your passport. I said, like, show some manners. Passport, please. And I'll give you the passport. Then he did. Gave him my passport. I started filming, but behind the scenes, I don't know if you can see it in my video, but I'll show you later. They were picking on the other guy, one of the black guys, the Shahidi guys. They were picking on him. They were roughing him up a bit. They were asking him for money. And then I just kept him rolling the camera. And then the other guy said to me, if I didn't have the camera rolling, if I didn't have my British passport on my phone to show them the visa, it could have turned left. Apparently, we would not have made it out of the situation.
No.
So
Did you feel intimidated? Did they intimidate you?
Yeah, I felt a bit intimidated, but then I thought, you know what, like, what's going to be the worst scenario? This is my first situation that I've had with Pakistan police outside of the airport. I've had this situation before in Karachi 2 times, but I've never had this outside of the airport, you know what I mean? But obviously they had guns, like they were there, they showed their presence, but they were very physical and verbal. And I didn't like that. Of course they were showing their authority, of course we have to show respect, but it's just the way they handled the situation. And I think this camera saved me. My visa on my phone saved me.
100%. The thing is, the authorities don't know actually how to deal with a foreigner.
Yeah.
They're only interested in one thing, and that's money. To extort money out of you, as much money as they can. Similar experience happened to me, but this is not my story. This is Amir's story. And then, so these two young lads, what was this? Why were they getting picked on?
The police were just stopping random cars, but they just said, where are you going? Where are you coming from? And then one of the kids mentioned, oh, we're coming from Liari, which is meant to known for, it's known for a bad reputation, for, you know, for maybe gangs or culture or whatever, and poverty. So they straight away assumed, okay, they're from Liari, let's try picking them and try and get some money. But little did they know, there was a 6'2" black man that had a camera rolling with a UK passport. I mean, they had the shock for their lives. So when they done the research and they looked at my visa, that's when the attitude from the police officers swift. It changed rapidly. They started to say, okay, it's okay, thank you, you can go, blah, blah, blah. But in the beginning, they were roughing us up, you know what I mean?
That, ladies and gentlemen, is not an isolated occasion, and by the grace of God, he's got a British passport. I can't emphasise, like, I have had my own run-ins with authorities in Pakistan. And if I say volume through garden, I'm a record around, and they will, in no uncertain terms, will extort money out of you. but because of Amir and he kept his camera rolling, I've actually seen his footage. He kept the camera rolling through the entire sort of bullying, authoritarian fucking nonsense that these so-called people that are supposed to be protecting you, they don't. They just extort money out of you. And by the grace of God, because he's got this fucking camera on, he's probably saved those young kids. They would have got, at best, they would have got a fucking beating and let off. At worst, jailed and for no apparent reason.
Yeah, they said to me behind cameras when we stopped filming and we carried on. They said to me, if that camera wasn't on and if I didn't have my passport, they would have arrested us. They would have confiscated the scooter, and they would have asked one of our family members to pay up, or if not, we would have been in prison. So I was like, wow, I didn't know the situation in Pakistan is like that when it comes to police.
Yeah, and this is honestly like, and showing these kind of videos about a country. Don't get me wrong, I love Pakistan. I might actually get my Pakistani passport. I love this country. What I hate is these greedy bastards that they think they can manipulate people because of their own greed. I can't stand, and we need to highlight this stuff in this country because it's a beautiful country and it's full of incredibly kind people. But the police and authority here are absolutely diabolical, shocking behaviour. There you've heard it, Blackman da Traveller, his first experience with the police. He survived to tell the tale, and off we go to Hyderabad.
इसको इंटरव्यू इसका नाम क्या है आपका? शाह मोहम्मद। ये आपकी दुकान है ये?
सर मैं मुलाजिम हूँ, मैनेजर हूँ सदाबहार होटल का।
इसके नाम क्या है ये?
सदाबहार।
Sadabaha. This is the service area going from Karachi to Hyderabad. It's one of the stops here. It's kind of nice. Probably one of the only stops here I think we're going to experience. अच्छा अच्छा। तो आपका नाम? आपका नाम?
Shah Muhammad.
Shah Muhammad. This is Shah Muhammad's business here. He's a manager.
What does he want?
Yeah, he's going to want water as well. Get some of that stuff. Get some pani. Yeah, आपके पास सब पानी है आपके? ठंडा पानी है? जी। ये असली पानी है? नेस्ले है ये? क्या नेस्ले है नहीं आपके? ये असली पानी नहीं है?
ये असली।
श्योर है ये? नेस्ले नहीं है आपके पास?
नेस्ले नहीं।
ये और ये है ना? आपको फिर ये दो दे दे, ये दो. So interesting. So we're sitting in the. Sitting in the car with Blackman da Traveller. Fascinating to hear. I should actually record this. It's almost like a podcast. But the issues we actually go through with authorities and stuff like that. I know there's a police officer standing there, look in the background. I'll watch what I have to say. But it's the issues what you go through on a day-to-day basis of travelling through these kind of countries. People don't want to show you that kind of stuff because you know what? It's not popular. And the popular thing doesn't always sell. So it's like, an interesting thing is, I've only started this process. Amir has been there for a long time. And sharing those stories actually emphasise actually how, would I use the word dangerous? I think you have to be super careful. You really have to be careful how you go through this wonderful country and you don't bump into the wrong people. Anyway. So I'm just going to ask Amir. We're sitting in the car, we've got like some time to kill. It's not a podcast, but it's a good conversational topic, right? His worst experience in Pakistan and then his best experience in Pakistan.
Worst experience in Pakistan, coming to the airport the other day, coming into Karachi. So that was one of the worst experiences I had in Pakistan.
What made it worse?
So basically, this is my third time in Pakistan and I just entered the country. And basically, they stopped me, which is normal procedures. They asked me for my documentations, I had everything, boom, went through security, no problem. Then once I went through security, they stopped me again. This video is going to come out hopefully end of this week. And then they asked me passport. I said, okay, no problem. Gave them my passport, and then the guy just grabbed my bag. And he's like, give me your bag. He just grabbed my bag, and then he just opened it, went through. I said, bro, what are you doing? I said, you need to ask for permission first to go through my bag, then there's no problem, you can go through my bag, I've got nothing to hide.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you think they were treating you this way because of your skin colour?
Probably, because as as the conversation went further, he says there's a lot of Nigerians that come here and they do narcotics and whatever. And then he's gone to me, show me your passport. I've showed him my passport, visa. Then he couldn't believe, oh my God, I've got a UK passport. Then he's like, oh, why are you filming? I said, I'm filming for my protection. And then he's gone to me, oh, but why are you coming Pakistan? Who do you know? What are you doing here? And I said to him, it's my third time in Pakistan. I've come here to promote tourism. I'm not doing anything bad. Then he's like, oh, why do you have this? Why do you have cameras? What are you doing here? Who do you know? I'm like, what is going on? But people are going past. I'm like, why did you stop me? Because I've already got stopped before. And I was like, people are walking past, why are you not stopping them? He says, oh, you've been detected. Oh, we're stopping everyone. I'm like, no, it's not. As the conversation's going, everyone's going past. I got stopped, and then they randomly stopped a random guy just to show authority. And then I had authority. And then they looked at my YouTube channel, they got a bit scared. They go, oh, you travelled, you've been Pakistan before? I'm like, yeah, Pakistan, Zindabad. That's when things turned a bit left for them. They started to realise this guy's been to our country, it's promoting tourism, then they let me go. Another bad experience was what I spoke before. I was on a scooter with two guys from Liadi, and the police stopped us, and they tried to ask us for money, but thank God I had my camera rolling. And then the police were being discriminated towards one of the other guys who is a black Shahidi, a black Pakistani descent, African descent. They were bullying him, trying to extort him. Thank God I had the camera rolling. And then they got scared when they saw my camera, my visa, who they realised, oh my God, you got a UK passport. So I actually captured corruption at its first degree, you know.
Oh, was this at Karachi airport, this experience?
No, the one with the first one was at the airport, and the second one was the one that I told you yesterday. On a random road, on a random like street going towards my couch surfing. My best experience in Pakistan is the people. The hospitality that Pakistan shows to foreigners, the food, the culture, but it's the people. The genuine people are the ones who represent Pakistan. You know, they are very happy to see a foreigner. They will pay for your meal. They'll invite you over for their house to have some chai. You know, they'll invite you to a wedding. They'll give you accommodation. They'll make you want to understand who you are. They're willing to learn about your culture and understand where you come from. Pakistan is a country that is blessed with natural beauty, beautiful landscapes. Switzerland, it's like Switzerland, Canada, the south of Argentina if you go to northern parts of Pakistan. It's blessed with natural resources and natural beauty, but it's got a negative side. So the best experience I had in Pakistan is just the people. That's my honest best experience.
So this is really interesting because that whole airport experience, right? So we're talking about, let's call it for what it is, fucking racism, right? So I've gone to the exact same airport. I am fortunate enough to have an NIC card, and I pretty much pull that out when I'm flying from the UK, and I'm flying on the back of that. I literally take my bag from the carousel, put it in my back, and walk straight out. No checks, no stops, never have. I don't think I ever will. Well, depends. Touch wood, but so far that's what it is. The thing is, what Amir just touched on there, like, you know, you're like, people genuinely, it doesn't matter which country you go to, I'm afraid to say, if you stick out, and Amir, I mean, is a man that doesn't blend in, why should he? Do you know, why be a fucking sheep? Do you know what I mean? But that shouldn't be, just because you stand out, shouldn't mean you should be stigmatised for any sort of racism or picked at a random check. Sure, I understand that, because by the time I've been to the US several times, every time guaranteed I've been strip searched. A random check, do you know what I mean? It's absolute nonsense and bollocks. But the best experience, and I would resonate the exact same thing with Amir, the people of Pakistan make Pakistan, not the authority. And I would strongly urge, if people want to come to Pakistan, just come, and you will understand the kindness of these people. It goes beyond any other country I've ever been, and I'm pretty sure, Amir, would you second that?
Best country I've been to. Pakistan, people say to me, where's the best country you've been to? Pakistan is the first one. Afghanistan is the second one. And I'll say Myanmar. Pakistan, why? Because it's the people. I mean, it's my third time. So it says it all.
It says it all.
Why would I come back to a country for the third time in my life? The first time I came here, I bought a one-way ticket. I meant to come here just for a week. I enjoyed it so much the first time. I spent my birthday over here in Karachi.
Wow.
That's how much Pakistan means to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To spend my birthday over here and to come back here for the third time, it says a lot.
There we go, the good and the bad of Pakistan. We're heading to Hyderabad, and I asked Amir what advice would he give to anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel, and this is his advice to anyone that wants to start a YouTube channel. Take it away, Amir.
Thank you very much for letting me come and speak. My advice to anyone who wants to be a content creator in YouTube is, first of all, take risks. Take risks, come out of your comfort zone and just be yourself. Another advice I'm going to say is don't be like everyone. Make raw, authentic content. Find your niche. There's so many niches in a content creator. Find your niche. Once you find your niche, find out how you're going to utilize that niche to make that niche grow. Don't be a sheep. Be a leader. Take risks. Come out your comfort zone. And the last thing I'll say is believe in yourself. Nothing's going to happen overnight unless you're going to be one of those persons where you make one viral video and then boom, it grows. It takes time. You're going to have good months, you're going to have bad months. That's just how life is. You're going to have good months when it comes to making content. You're going to have good months in terms of making money. It's just how it is. Handle those situations. Learn how to be humble and appreciate where you come from. But you need to take risks in terms of like, come up your comfort zone and make videos that's going to be interesting. You need to make videos that's going to capture people's attention, because a lot of people have a short memory retention span, you know what I mean? And some people have a long memory retention span. So it all depends on what platforms you're using. Another thing I would definitely say is have faith in yourself, believe in yourself, because you're doing this for a reason. That's all I can say.
And when it comes to consistency,
yes.
What does that actually mean? Does it mean loading up a video once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week?
So I believe in 2 words, time and consistency. Use the time that God gave you. Utilize what you have when it comes to time, and be consistent whatever you're doing. You have to be consistent. Even if you try to upload 1 video a week, it might work out, but the more consistent you are, the more results you're going to see. The results will come, because once you're uploading 4 days a week or maybe 3 times a week, you're going to see results. The algorithm's going to start to push out your content, but your content has to stand out. Your content has to be different compared to the other people, but you have to be consistent, and you need to have discipline. You need to learn how to edit, even if you don't know how to edit, but you need to be in that stage where you film, you edit, you know what you're filming. You're not just filming some random stuff, but you need to have discipline and consistency. It's very important, especially in this content creative field, because the competition's high. There's so many content creators, everyone's doing the same thing. Why should people watch you? Why should they spend half an hour, 20 minutes, 50 minutes, 1 hour of their time in a day to watch your content? You need to remember that. Why are they gonna watch me? Give them that reason why they should watch you. Give them that content that no one else is doing. Give them that content to make them think, what the heck, I love this person. Build a relationship with your audience. Build a relationship where your audience is your family. Once they're your family, they're going to be loyal.
And see when somebody's starting out like me, and you get good days and bad days, and you want to be a travel vlogger, and there's some really shit days. How do you deal with all? Say like you put a video up, you've done all the things that you've had to do. You've taken your time out, you've done the video, you've edited it, you've uploaded it, and then you get maybe 40 views, and then you get criticised. How do you deal with that?
I don't really before I used to pay attention to the comments. I just don't even reply. Ignore these internet trolls. There's always going to be internet trolls. Forget about them. But if your video doesn't do well, it doesn't mean that you failed. Remember, you started this for a reason, so you need to complete the task. I always believe if you're going to start something, finish it, regardless of the situation, unless it's like a personal situation. But I've had videos where I uploaded it, I thought, oh my God, it's going to be an amazing video. It did bad. I didn't make money. Social media's platforms didn't really push it out. It's part of life. You know what I mean? Life, for me, this content creator life, it's like Monopoly. It's like a yo-yo. It's like a roller coaster. It goes up. One moment you're up, everyone's loving you, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes you go down, but it's how you handle the situations. So as a content creator that is going through trials and tribulations, as a small-time content creator, my advice is be consistent, take risks, but be patient, but also understand it's not going to be easy. Nothing in life is easy.
So another question I think I would love to have asked if I had an opportunity to meet somebody who's doing really well in their YouTube journey would be, what type of essential equipment do I need?
You got a microphone, so you got way more better equipment than me. And I've been doing this for almost 3 years-ish. Get a good camera, get an action camera, get a nice DJI, Sony FD-RX3000 if you want. I think it's a good camera. Or a GoPro. Get an action camera that films good quality, that films in 1080p, 2K, 4K, whatever. Make sure you get a power bank, because you never know, you'd be driving for hours, going for some long destinations. The power bank will save you. You can charge your devices, and have a decent laptop. Make sure I'm not saying get everything that has to be modern. No, everything, like the gadgets that you buy, they don't have to be expensive. My computer's second hand. I don't care. You know what I mean? My computer's second hand. It works. It does the job. You can even get a second hand camera, but as long as you got good equipment to make good quality content, it's definitely worth it.
And would you say a MacBook or sort of a generic sort of laptop would work? What's the preference? There's always this contention about, Apple's one of the best editing computers you can get. Yeah. What's your opinion on that?
Listen, I'm old school, man. I use iMovie. I still don't know how to edit, so I use iMovie. Any random laptop, to be honest with you, as long as it does the job, even if it's second hand. My computer's like 2015, I think, the year 2015. As long as it does the job, it's worth it.
And when it comes to the camera is probably, I think I spent a huge amount of time trying to figure out what was the best camera to buy, and there's not a right and wrong. Yeah. Can we just tap into your little camera journey? Just because I was talking to Amir just there a little while ago, and everyone has their own camera journey, and it is super important to make sure that you're comfortable with what you're going to use and how you're going to use it.
This might be good to film the police. Get them on camera.
Like, what's been your camera journey? That was the question.
Sony no, my first one was a Sony A7 II.
Oh my god.
The SLR. From that, I didn't know how to film. It was shaky.
Yeah.
I had a mic rod on top. When I started filming in 2020, I thought, what the heck is going on? I was so confused. Then I bought this Sony FD-RX3000, one of the best cameras I've ever used in my life. Now I'm using the DJI Pro, one of the best cameras.
Is that the Action 5 Pro?
Yeah, Action 5 Pro. This camera I'm using right now, it's amazing. Ultra wide, big up Arab, the YouTuber, because he helped me out with the settings. Ultra wide, get the combo pack, 3 batteries. You can't go wrong. But I think the DJI Action Pro 5 Pro, whatever it is, best camera hands down right now.
So there you've heard it. Some basic inside information for somebody who wants to start a YouTube channel. The advice.
One more thing I'm going to say, as a content creator, even if you've got a big platform or a small platform, collab with as many content creators as you can. Why? I might have a big platform, but it doesn't mean I'm a big person. I might collab with someone that has a bigger platform than me, or they might have a lower platform, or might have a smaller platform than me. But one thing I can say is we need to collab with each other to be able to grow. First of all, period. I don't care what anyone says. Second of all, the people that have the smaller numbers subscribers, they don't understand. They have more leverage. Why? Because your mind is fresher. You're new to the game. You're going to be hungry. You're going to take more risks compared to someone that's been in the game for a certain period of time and we might not keep up with the times. But someone that has a smaller subscriber count or smaller platform, they are the next ones up. So their brain is more, their brain and the mindset is more fresher. So what I said to content creators, collab with as much people as you can. Even if they've got a smaller platform than you, a bigger platform, you're going to learn off one another. There's going to be stuff that you're going to teach me. I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Yeah. And there's going to be stuff that I'm going to teach you. Feed off each other's energy, but be humble and respect one another. Because remember one thing, we're all in this. We are all in the same position. We're all in the game. But to be able to grow, you got to work off one another, and you got to learn from one another, and feed off each other's energy.
I mean, I can second that. So, like, I'm just kicking my can down the road, literally, just starting this whole crazy world of YouTube, and I've been at it for about a year. But to be honest, like 100%, I reached out to a lot of YouTubers that I admire and respect. And you know, if you're in a niche like a travel vlogger, you're gonna, you know, reach out to these kind of people because you love their content and you want to work with them. And I can categorically say 99% you'll get rejections. There are very few people, and I'm not. I
agree, because I've sent a lot of messages to certain content creators, and they were like, nah, or they'll just leave you unseen.
Completely, and so but you have to keep going.
I'm not just saying this because Amir's in the car, but you will find very few people who have got the level of subscribers that Amir has that will reach out and say, yeah, brother, I'll come and film with you. Very few people will do that, but keep trying, because you will find the people that will want to work with you, not because they want to get something out, but because they want to support young YouTubers, young people, or people who are starting out in this journey. They want to support that, and honestly, it works both ways. Like I've been chatting to Amir for a little while. We've been trying to work out go to various different places. Some work out, some don't, but that's all right. This is the first time collabing together now. Actually, I'm filming, and I just thought I'd capture these rare moments of what it feels like. What kind of conversations I wanted to have with them. We've tapped into a lot of these conversations, which you'll see on the videos, which is lovely to see, and definitely keep at it in terms of finding a collaboration, because it will pay off in the long run. And not only that, even if Amir said no, but what I learned from our conversations over the last wee while we've been just chatting was priceless. You know, they guide you. Simple things like fucking equipment or stuff on the back catalog, the back end of YouTube. What does that actually mean? Or, you know, tags or hashtags or descriptions, the SEOs, and all that kind of stuff that goes on in the background, which you have no fucking idea. But only when you speak to somebody who has, they can guide you in the right direction. So that's some of the benefits you can get when you're trying to collab. Any other final words, Amir?
Let's fucking make an amazing vlog today and make some crazy content together, and people are gonna understand why we collabed, so we can feed off each other's energy.
There you go, guys. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
What's going on? Look who I found in fucking Karachi, in all places. Pakistan Zindabad. It's gonna be a crazy adventure.
I've got a funny suspicion this is gonna go peach on.